up, everyone? Welcome to Pound for Pound TV, home of the safe bet. This is Michael, and it's been a while, but I'm back, coming to you from my hometown and former voted most livable city in the world. Now, not so much. Melbourne, Victoria, this coming Sunday, June the 5th, Australian Eastern Time, is the much anticipated showdown between already considered by many undisputed and unified lightweight champion of the world, George Kambosos Jr., as he takes on American and WBC regular title holder, Devin Haney. The lightweight bout takes place at Marvel Stadium and looks to be a sellout if it isn't already a sellout by the time of this upload. Ferocious George Kambosos Jr. surprised many when he beat Teofimo Lopez to take home the WBA, WBO, IBF and Ring Magazine belts back in November 2021. And he will be looking to defend those titles for the first time since that fateful night. And he will also look to capture Haney's WBC regular belt from him to put it beyond any more discussion on who is the official and technical undisputed unified champion in the lightweight division. The victor on the night will become the first ever official unified and undisputed champ in a 135 division since the four-belt era. Throughout Kambosos' career, a familiar pattern of opponents overlooking him as a serious threat has emerged, and Kambosos has successfully proven doubters wrong on all accounts thus far. I'm not sure I can say the same with regards to Haney's approach to this fight, because I believe Haney is smart enough to not tread the same miscalculated steps of previous opponents, and I believe the Dream Team are taking this fight very serious. Credit also to promoters and both teams for sticking to their words and making this fight happen. In the past, fighters standing across the ring from Kambosos have used the all-out assault approach and attempted to steamroll Kambosos, thinking the pressure and aggression would be all too much for the ferocious one, but finding out to their dismay that this approach is all wrong for the Kambosos style. Lopez tried and failed. Camille Balla tried and failed. Just some examples to highlight that this tactic plays right into the hands of Kambosos, who welcomes fighters to come at him because fighting on the back foot and counter punching is his bread and butter. Not only is Kambosos sharp and fast, but he times his opponents perfectly and punishes any mistakes presented to him. He has also proven that once he learns he can take another fighter's power, standing and trading is not an issue, and in doing so has demonstrated how durable he is as a fighter. And against Haney, who is not known for his power, you would have to imagine that getting knocked out by Haney is not the biggest concern, albeit still a danger. A record of 20 wins, 0 losses or draws, Kambosos has accomplished an incredible amount, and the legacy he has created so far cements him as arguably one of Australia's greatest fighters ever. Devin the Dream Haney may not be the biggest punches in the game, but his record of 27 wins with 15 by knockout, 0 losses or draws shows that he is definitely more than capable of taking opponents out before the final bell, considering he has done so in more than half of his bouts. But his talent is in his boxing ability. Boxing savvy and well-rounded skills have seen him overcome a respectable resume of fighters like Jojo Diaz, Jorge Linares, and a fairly faded but still dangerous Yuriorkis Gamboa. Haney is patient and also times his opponents well with clinical and precise counter-punching, as well as maintaining a defensive disposition when advancing forward to attack and to close distance. Speaking of distance, this is something else that Haney manages well. Quick footwork, hand speed and evasiveness both in body and head movement complement his ability to remain in range where he can close distance, initiate a quick offensive before stepping out again. Any incoming fire when stepping back is managed well with that evasive movement, timing and counter-punching. As I said, he's well-rounded. Haney has remarked offhand, as I recall, that this fight will be a shutout in his favour, but don't let that fool you. He is confident but fully aware that he is in for a fight and words mean nothing. He has been training and preparing in earnest, not just for this fight, but for a potential rematch also in Melbourne, I believe, should he win. So lucky for Haney that he is a gym rat and is always in shape and ready. And big respect to him and his team for coming out this way. Not many fighters want to travel to Australia given the time difference and distance, but also a fear that the judges will work against them. So Haney is obviously confident that they can get the job done, but realistically, and cocky talk aside, know that Kambosos is not an easy night for any fighter in this division. Haney has shown some cracks, however, in temperament and seemingly lost his cool at some of the antics from the Kambosos team, which he will have to get over and remain focused or use the Kambosos mind games as fuel for when the two meet. At 23 years of age, 5 years junior to Kambosos, he can't let names like kid get to him or any other words. I'm sure Haney will keep it composed on the night and let his hands do the talking. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to invite the Premier of Victoria, Dan Andrews, to a charity and fundraiser night of boxing between him and I. He will have the height and reach advantage, but I'd still be very much up for it. All money raised will go towards those impacted by the C19 management in Victoria the last 2 years. We'll make it 10 by 2 minute rounds and it'll be lots of fun. Anyway, I'm going with my fellow Aussie, ferocious George Kambosos on this one. I think he is a handful for anyone and will give Haney all kinds of trouble on the night. Kambosos on points. By the way, my invitation stands even if Kambosos wins. F. Huddy stall. Before we hear from the experts, a reminder to please jab that like, share, subscribe and notification bell. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you'll receive some cool perks. Want some merch? We've got t-shirts to baseball caps to phone covers from boxing to crypto and everything in between. So head on over to In Stock Shop to find something you like. You can find a link below. Life is a fight outside the ring, and I've certainly gone a few rounds. From substance abuse to depression to street fights and trouble with the law, my life has seen a lot of darkness, but I've turned my life around and my experiences might help you to do the same if you are or have dealt with similar hardships. It's all documented in my book, How to Get Out of Life Traps, and it's available on Amazon. Just find a link below. Looking for an opportunity to make money? That cryptocurrency is so hot right now. I'm not a financial advisor, but it's pretty obvious that it is growing in popularity and utility, and many folks think that they have missed the boat on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, but they couldn't be further from the truth. You can mine Bitcoin on your laptop, PC, or mobile phone if they are half decent without having to splurge on expensive mining rigs. In fact, you can do it for free. This is not a paid sponsor, simply a great opportunity and something that I'm doing. And Stormgain can help you generate income using credit earned by mining online. Click the link below and start earning crypto today.